All right, Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts back again today with another video for you. In today's video, we got Tom MacDonald. It's Tom's Day. He has his new song out. This is The System. I believe this is the first solo song he has done this year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe this is the first because everything so far this year has been off of the Brave album with Adam Calhoun. So this is exciting. I am pumped for this. It is 12:11 Eastern Time, okay, 9:11 a.m. on the West Coast. And we are ready to go. Now, I have not uploaded in the last couple of weeks. It's been crazy. There's 6 members of my family, including myself, and we all got sick. It went one after another, and we were all sick for about 2 or 3 days each. So the last couple of weeks has been exhausting. I think we are all recovered enough, though, to get this reaction out today. So that's what we're going to do. So without further ado, let's just get right on into this. This is Tom MacDonald, The System, and there is no Adam Calhoun in this. Not that that would be a bad thing if there was, but this is just Tom. So this is exciting. Let's get into this. Let's go.
Welcome to the world, baby boy. I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb. Pretty quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your
Okay. He's already starting. Let me hear how that starts again, because, I mean, you know, basically saying like the indoctrination starts as soon as you come outside the womb or something like that. Hold on.
Baby boy, I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb.
Okay, yeah, so the indoctrination starts as soon as you come outside the womb. And I may have mentioned this on this channel before, but I was trying at first to shield my my oldest specifically from politics. You know, it's like, that's adult stuff. You have plenty of time in your life to worry about that crap. Just, you know, be a kid while you can be a kid. So the more I tried to shield him from it, though, the more ideologies that I didn't really agree with and want him exposed to were being pushed on him, you know, through his programming, through the television, in school, what have you. So I had to make a decision at some point. It's like, do I let society indoctrinate my child into an ideology that I don't agree with? Or do I start laying the foundation of the morals and the ideologies that I want him to value? Or at least have an understanding of, so that when he is older, he can make his own decision. You know, he has this side, he has this other side, he can compare and contrast and make a good decision. The way I saw it is he was a blank slate, okay? Now, if I didn't start filling up that blank slate, somebody else was going to. So it's, once I put once I fill the pages, okay, I fill up that slate, it is no longer blank. There's not enough room left on it for somebody else and to write their garbage in around it. Whereas if I were just to let him off into the world, somebody else can start filling up those pages. And then I'm going to have a hard time erasing what they've already put down. So unfortunately, it's the climate we live in that, you know, even if you want to shield your children from this, you kind of have to start, you know, in child-friendly ways explaining how some of this stuff works, because it's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. And it's disgusting, and I don't want it to be that way, but at the same time, I'm not going to allow somebody else to lay the foundation that is my responsibility to lay. So I've already ranted long enough. We're only 7 seconds into this song. Let's keep going.
World, baby boy, I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb. Pretty quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news.
Yep.
Pick your team, right?
Yep. It's all in the schools. We all know. I just did my last video was specifically about school board issues and stuff that's going on in there. So yeah, it's starting in the school, and what the school isn't going to jam down their throats, the news will. And, you know, kids aren't specifically watching the news, but it seeps into all of their programming everywhere. It's everywhere. The world is saturated in political crap anymore. And sometimes I just don't have the energy for it, you know. But it is what it is.
Curriculums at school, and if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your team, right or left. Take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer.
Yep. God, Tom, I need to be able to get through this reaction, man. You're gonna kill me here. He's not even into it yet. He's not even rapping yet. This is just his little like intro, like, hey, what's up? Here's what's gonna happen in this song. But yeah, you know, hey, it's a false choice. You know, you have to pick red or blue or whatever. Like I said, as far as the politicians are concerned, they are two wings to the same bird, two sides to the same coin. Okay. Now, when you get down to like the citizens and individuals, like there's differences in the ideology, but there is no difference between Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham. Okay, they just go about their business a little bit different. They are on the same side. They're the same team. So yeah, it's a false choice essentially. They have us locked in this two-party system where they make you think that you have to vote for one or the other, and you do, because that's how the system is rigged right now. But we need to strive for better. We need to strive to get some of these establishment people out, is the problem, really. Once you can kind of get, true liberals and conservatives in office, normal people who haven't been establishment politicians for 20, 30, 40 years, then you might be able to make some headway voting left or right. But right as of right now, it's which way would you rather get screwed? All right, would you like to bend over and have them put some lube on it, or just kind of come up from behind you unannounced and just jam it in raw? Basically that's our choice right now.
Take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job.
Yes. Oh my God, Tom. Yeah, I just had this conversation with my boy, man. Money's nice. It's nice to have money. But at the end of the day, what does money do? It gets you stuff and things. What's stuff? What's more important? Like I was explaining to him, it's like, because we take them all sorts of places. We want to go out and have experiences with our children. I don't want to buy them things. Yeah, we spend money to go to the zoo, to amusement parks, whatever. But it's the memories that we build there that's important. It's not the money that got him a thing that he's going to remember the rest of his life. It's not some fancy toy or piece of electronic that he's going to remember the rest of his life. It's going to be, remember that time that we were on a roller coaster and this happened, or we saw this happen at the zoo, or we went to this park. That's what's important. It's not the money. All right. That's why I tell him money gets you stuff. It gets you things, which is nice. It's nice to have stuff. It's nice to have things. It's not the most important thing in the world, though. And people lose sight of that.
Take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we can use.
Oh, God, Tom. 28 seconds in. All right.
You can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas.
All right, go to a job that you can't stand. And yes, we've all been there. We get ourselves up and drag our asses to a job from 9 to 5 that we hate. If you find yourself in that position, try to get out of it. I know you can't just, say screw it and quit and walk away. You have to have something else lined up. But start making moves to at least explore other opportunities that you may have, because there is nothing worse than waking up in the morning and already dreading your day and trying to think of excuses on what you can tell your boss to kind of get out of work that day, even though you're not going to, but you go through that thought process. You wake up, you're like, I should call off today. What can I say? What excuses do I have? I can't really do that. That would be irresponsible. I might need that call off for a real situation later. I can't afford that. Let's just get up, shower, brush our teeth, and get our asses to work. So if you're in that situation where you hate your job, try other things. Try to set something up. Try to explore other opportunities. Get out and interview for a different job. You spend 40, 50, 60 hours a week at work. You might as well be as, as the least amount of miserable as you can be while you're actually there.
Prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we can use. Democracy.
Die for freedom. There's some oil we can use. And and if you notice, most of the time, if we are in foreign engagements, it's over with countries that have resources that we need, specifically oil. When we can pump enough oil ourselves, but we'd rather them pump it there and then sell it to us at increased costs for whatever reasons. So, yep, that's basically the last 30, 40 years. That's pretty much any reason we've gotten into any conflicts, it seems.
Can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we can use. Our democracy exists so that you think that you can choose. But our algorithms make you do what we want you to do. What's the problem? Your depressed society has you.
And we've seen that algorithm and kind of how it works lately, haven't we, since Elon took over Twitter. It's just amazing how overnight left-wing celebrities are losing hundreds of thousands of followers, and right-wing people were gaining 100,000. You know, it's like somebody hit a button and they switched off that algorithm, and you saw how quickly the snapback was once the suppression, or at least part of the suppression, wasn't there anymore, or whether they were just clearing bots or what have you. There's definitely all sorts of manipulation going on that site specifically, and all these other ones. Let's not, pretend like that's the only one, that's the only site that has issues like that. But these algorithms definitely are suppressing views that they don't agree with and promoting other views that, may not be mainstream, but if you prop it up on your front page enough, it starts to appear that way to the rest of America. And we're finding out that, it's pretty much all a facade at this point.
Choose, but our algorithms make you do what we want you to do. What's the problem? Your depressed society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse. So get married to a lady who also don't have a clue, and pump out a few babies that are just the same as you.
Basically, stay ignorant, marry somebody ignorant, and have a bunch of ignorant kids. Come on, Tom.
Lady who also don't have a clue, and pump out a few babies that are just the same as you. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all.
Oh my lord. Welcome to the system. Hold on, how did he say this?
Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all.
Welcome to the system. It'll make you a victim. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you the same, or same. How does he say this? Jesus Christ. I have too much coffee this morning.
Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all.
Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Exactly. Okay? As soon as we stop fighting amongst each other and realize that this system is set up in a way to separate the elites from the common folk and not division in any other way, it uses all these other wedge issues to divide us, to keep us divided and fighting amongst ourselves. Okay, it hates us all equally, though. Okay, we are vermin and scum to them, to this system, to the elites. We are just here to facilitate their way of life and their lifestyle. So, you could go ahead and fight with your neighbor, fight with the guy across the street who might be a different skin tone as you. But at the end of the day, that's what they want. That's how it's designed, and you are falling into their trap.
Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system.
God, man. We see that a lot. Everyone's, people really are justifying actual forms of violence because they think their ideology is right, or this one is evil, or what have you. Disagreements about policies and politics and ideologies is never a justification for violence. I mean, violence begets violence, and it's not the road that we need to go down as a country. It won't end well, okay? It doesn't end well for anybody. Even the winner, the winner doesn't win in that situation. So, basically saying how the way this rhetoric is being pushed out there, it's kind of giving people justification. It's dehumanizing the other side, is what they do. They dehumanize the other side, just like you would do at wartime with the enemy. You dehumanize the enemy, and it makes it easier, sorry, to not look at them as a person. And to you, that makes it okay to do whatever form of violence that you think is necessary to that person. It's just a common tactic that's been used since the beginning of time, and people haven't figured that out yet for some reason.
Violence is a symptom, fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom, fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome. So for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape and weaponize.
Holy shit, Tom. Oh man, dude. Okay, Thomas. Let's back this up a little bit.
Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay.
Welcome to the world, baby girl. Paint you pink if that's okay. I mean, is it okay still to use more feminine color palettes, you know, when dealing with your baby girl anymore? Or should we just stick to the yellows and greens and the soft, earthy tones, the neutral colors? You know, because we wouldn't want to pick a gender for our child or what have you.
Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play.
We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. And we've covered that on this channel. Tom has covered that for the last several years, how, you know, music just propagates unhealthy things and morals and ideologies. And these artists don't necessarily live those lives or agree with those choices and lifestyles, but they push that through their songs and makes you think that that's what you have to do to be cool or to be successful or whatever. So yeah, we all know that story. And I can tell I am still not 100% because I'm getting winded talking. So give me a second here. Okay.
To the world, baby girl, I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome. So for you,
divided by all the men with politics and race, and it's working awesome. It's working awesome. So for her, they'll do the same.
We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome. So for you, we'll do the same.
So hey, we were able to separate all the men with, you know, politics and race issues. It worked great. It really drove a wedge between men and society and men and other men and men of different colors and statures. So we have them all divided and all screwed up. So we'll just start doing the same for you as well, which is probably coming.
Men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working.
I think it's already started with the whole men in sport, women's sports thing. So.
Destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome. So for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape and
Yeah, teaching you to never love yourself and basically to be guilty about maybe your skin color or your sex or your gender. You know, I was watching an interview with some lady who, when she was a teen, kind of struggled with identity. Basically was saying how the system's essentially manipulated to make you feel certain ways. Because if you're cis, and I hate that word, if you're straight and you're white, you're considered an oppressor by your peers in school. It's not the teachers who will label you as such, although they teach you, they taught it, okay? So they teach the theory, and then they'll allow the kids to basically attack each other and tear each other down. So if you're straight and white and you're in school right now, you're considered an oppressor and you're not cool. So that's why a lot you see, hey, I'm not straight. I'm, you know, X, Y, or Z. I can't even keep tabs on all the terminology anymore. So like it's basically a self-defense mechanism at this point for these kids to experiment with other genders, just so they're not looked at as some evil, white, straight oppressor amongst their peers. It's fucking ridiculous.
Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the differences that make our men and women great, and just to screw with you, erase the genders.
Yep. Hold on, let me let him finish because he's about to touch into something I have a feeling here.
Weaponize the differences that make our men and women great, and just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same.
Yep. Okay, so hold on, let me one more time. I just forgot what he said. Like I said, I'm still coming off this illness.
Hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the differences that make our men and women great, and just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone.
All right, weaponize the differences that make men and women great. Okay. So there are advantages and disadvantages to being a woman and advantages and disadvantages to being a man. we are basically two halves of the human race. And together, we form like a cohesive unit, okay? Our strengths make up for their, hold on. Men's strengths make up for women's weaknesses, whereas women's strengths will make up for men's weaknesses. I know, like, for example, me and my wife likes to keep tabs, and like she's looking way down the future in our life. What are we doing 6 weeks, 6 months from now? She has it written down on a calendar. My whole life is planned out. So she is looking 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks into the future, whereas I take things day by day. I wake up and it's like, what do I have to do today to get to the end of it and be able to go to bed? All right, so I focus on the here and now. She keeps an eye on everything that's going to be happening in the future, and together we're kind of able to balance each other out. All right, and when you, man, by demonizing the differences and basically making it not okay to be different, or to celebrate our differences and our strengths and weaknesses, you're basically keeping us from making this cohesive unit that is able to take on all situations. All right.
The raven weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. And just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay. Then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm getting into it. Okay. Let's hear that one more time.
You with rights to vote and fight for equal pay. Then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again.
Have the men turn into women and then you'll fight for them again. Okay. So let's take sports, for example. Women fought for the opportunity to compete. Okay. To have their own leagues, their own sports, scholarships at schools for women's sports, all that stuff. Okay. They fought tooth and nail for it. And it was a great thing. A great thing. And it opened a lot of doors and opportunities for women all over. And now look what's happening. Okay, you fought to get your own, and now you are allowing men to come back in and take these from you. All right. This might sound insensitive though, but it's not. It's not. It's the only logical conclusion. All right. I've seen some women wanting men to fight this for them, and it's like, no. This is your thing. You guys are the ones who are inviting them into your spaces and then celebrating them and then not pushing back and acting like this is great and this is what you want and all is good. And when a woman is supposedly happy and says this is what she wants, you leave that alone. You don't go try to fix that for them. If they say they're happy and they're good, who are you to come in and fix the situation? That doesn't need to be fixing according to them. When women as a whole stand up and push back on these men joining their sports, then other men will be more apt to join in on that fight. But here's the thing. People who are pushing back against this, they're going to get canceled. They're going to lose their jobs. They're going to get railroaded on the internet. And the women don't want to be in that line of fire. At least there hasn't been enough women who want to be in that line of fire yet to make a difference. As soon as collectively women as a whole decide that they can withstand that barrage, then they'll be able to do something about it. But I've seen women asking men to do this for them. It's like, wait a minute. So if we do this, if we come in and we kick these men out of your spaces, now all that hate and that angst is going to be directed at us. And we're the ones who are going to get canceled. And we're going to be the ones losing our jobs and getting harassed. And for no benefit of ours. Okay, we're going to do this. The women are going to benefit. They're going to get their sports back while we take the brunt of all that. And it's like, to me, it's just a setup to keep your hands clean. Women, if you want your sports back, get out there and ask for them. Demand them back. Get these men out of your damn sports because it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm at the point where I'm not going to fight for you if you're not willing to fight for yourself. Okay. Think of drug addicts or people who've struggled with addictions. They don't ever get help until they are ready for the help. No one can force them to help themselves. They have to start acting in a manner to better their situation first. They have to want it. And then ladies, I'm sorry to say, but until you want it, until you want men out of your sports again, it's not going to happen. You have to be the ones who stand up and demand that these penises stay out of your locker rooms and your swimming pools and your sports, okay? Keep the penises out of women's sports. But it's not my battle, all right? It is not my battle, and it's not something I'm going to stick my neck out for when it's clear, according to society, that women do not want that. So there's my little rant about that. Sorry if that upset
empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay. Then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again. But you thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay.
You thought you had it figured out and everything has changed. And aren't they doing that constantly lately? As soon as the rules are laid out and you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. I could follow these. I could use these. They switch and it's all different. So what is acceptable today isn't acceptable anymore. What wasn't acceptable yesterday is acceptable today. And it just keeps everybody in a state of confusion, walking on eggshells, not wanting to offend anybody, because who can keep up with this shit? Who can keep up with, the ever-changing terminologies of this political landscape?
Thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay. Here's a Bible and a bottle of the cheapest booze we make. Find a man who can take care of you to fill the holes we made. Buy a house and settle down, fulfill your duty, procreate, and make a couple babies who will also do the same. Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, everybody. I'ma paint you black and white. I'ma make you hate each other so that everyone will fight. I'ma give you our religion, let the righteous find the light. But I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ.
So going to give you a religion so everybody, the righteous will find the light. But I also give you science, basically a juxtaposition to religion. People see it as a juxtaposition to religion or a refutation, okay? I think both can be true at the same time. Okay, and I could sum this up real quick here. Just want to ask you guys a question. Now, I'm not overly religious. I don't go to church every Sunday. I was born and raised Catholic. I believe in God. I don't believe in necessarily organized religion. I believe in a higher power of some sort, though. Okay, so I'm familiar with religion. I know how it works. I'm also very into science. I'm a very science-based kind of individual. I really enjoy it. And to me, they can both be true at the same time. And here's why I believe that. What is the difference between God created the entire universe from nothing? Okay, God made the entire universe from nothing, and the Big Bang started because all of the matter in the universe was condensed to the point no bigger than a pinhead. Think of that. Every piece of material and matter and mass in this universe was in an area no bigger than a pinhead, and it exploded from that. What's the difference between God created it from nothing and it exploded from a point no bigger than the size of a pinhead? What is the difference between those two things? Neither can be proven scientifically. Our physics break down as soon as we try to calculate the moment of the Big Bang. So we have no scientific evidence of that. Both of them take faith to believe. My voice is not going to last. Damn it, my voice is not going to last with this reaction. But yes, okay, if it takes faith for me to believe that God created the universe, it also takes faith for me that to believe that the Big Bang occurred because all matter exploded from the point of a pin. It's ridiculous. Like they're both on even ground as far as I'm concerned. They sound like the same damn thing to me. Okay, so take that for what you will. But if anybody can answer that and what's the difference between the two, yeah, I'll give you $1 because I don't think there's an acceptable answer to that.
you our religion, let the righteous find the light, but I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ. And I'm gonna give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies. And I'm gonna give you money that you'll value more than life, and let the 1% have everything while you fight to survive. And then I'll give you politics, I'll call it left and right. And while you divide yourselves, I will conquer both the sides. Can't you see?
Yeah, this is perfect. I mean, he's using all these science, religion, politics, left and right, money with the 1% and everybody else fighting for the scraps. All these systems were set forth to keep us divided and distracted, keeping us from coming together and being truly happy as a society and healthy. You know, so it's all by design. Every single part of it.
I'll call it left and right. And while you divide yourselves, I will conquer both the sides. Can't you see? I'm the system. My whole purpose is divide. What you choose will never matter because everything is mine.
Yep. There you go.
Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white.
This song is fucking spot on, Tom. Spot on.
Is a symptom, fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, I hate you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom, fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, I hate you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom, fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
Nice. Nice song, Tom. Great message. Spot on, as usual. I mean, yeah, and it perfectly explained how and why the divide is in our country currently, you know, and how this was all set forth when these systems were put in place. This was the sole purpose, essentially, of all this crap. Or at least, if it wasn't the sole purpose, it definitely has been co-opted to serve those purposes. It's been finessed and tweaked and, you know, made so that it keeps us divided and distracted and fighting with each other instead of being angry at the people and the things that we should be. So that'll do it, though. That'll be the reaction. Sorry for my voice and everything. Like I said, we've been ill here the past couple of weeks, and apparently I'm still not 100%. So that'll do it. That'll be the reaction. Middle-aged white guy is out. Peace.